She stood in the courtroom with shaking hands. Her face looked tired, almost lost. Her clothes were simple. Her eyes were full of fear. No one looked at her with kindness. People stared like she already did the crime. Her voice broke as she whispered, "I didn't steal anything. Please believe me." But poor girls don't get believed. Not when a rich woman stands crying in front of them. The morning started like any other day for Amira. She walked fast through the noisy street, holding her small cloth bag tight. Cars honked. Shops opened. People rushed to work. Life around her moved fast. But she always moved carefully. She needed this job. Without it, she wouldn't survive in the city. The daycare was inside a large white house with clean glass doors. Everything there looked expensive, calm, and quiet. Not like her small rented room with cracked walls and a noisy fan. Every morning, she paused at the gate. She took a deep breath. She whispered to herself, "Stay calm. You can do this." She pushed the gate open. Inside, little Aiden ran toward her with bright eyes and messy curls. "Amai, you came!" he shouted. She smiled and hugged him. "Of course I came. I promised you, remember?" Aiden giggled, holding her cheeks with his tiny hands. That hug felt warm, real, safe. It was the only moment in her day that felt like love. But happiness never lasted long in that house. A sharp voice cut through the air. "Aiden! Don't touch her face before school." Mrs. Kairo stood on the staircase. Tall, perfect hair, expensive dress, cold eyes. Amira lowered her gaze. "Good morning, ma'am." Kairo didn't answer. She just walked away with loud heels, like she wanted the whole world to hear she was important. Amira gently put Aiden down. "Go play. I'll get your breakfast." The morning went smooth. She cleaned the living room, prepared snacks, packed Aiden's bag, folded laundry, everything normal. But around 11 a.m., the first sign of trouble came. Kairo walked into the kitchen with a strange look in her eyes. "Did you enter my room today?" she asked. Amira shook her head. "No, ma'am. I was downstairs the whole time." Kairo stared at her without blinking, her eyes full of doubt, anger. Something felt off. "All right," Kairo said coldly. "You may continue working." Amira nodded and returned to cleaning. She didn't argue. She never argued. People like her didn't get the luxury to argue. If you're still here, hit subscribe for more stories like this. By noon, Aiden fell asleep on the sofa after playing. Amira placed a blanket over him and started folding clothes. The house was too quiet. Even the air felt strange. Then a loud scream ripped through the silence. "Where is it?" Amira's heart jumped. She ran up the stairs toward the noise. Kiara's voice shook the whole house. When Amira reached the bedroom door, Kairo pointed at her like she was pointing at a criminal. "You!" she shouted. "What did you do with it?" Amira blinked in confusion. "With what, ma'am?" "My diamond bracelet." Kiara's face was red with anger. "It was on my table this morning. Now it's gone." Amira stepped back. "I didn't go inside your room." Kairo ignored her completely. Her voice rose again. "I'll check the cameras. Don't think you're clever." She stormed out, shouting for the guard and the driver. Within minutes, the whole staff stood together. 5 people, all scared. Kairo pointed straight at Amira. "She has the most access, and she always looks desperate for money." Amira felt her face burn. "I didn't take anything." Her voice was soft, too soft for a place that only listened to power. The driver tried to help. "Ma'am, maybe it fell somewhere." "It didn't fall," Kairo screamed. "It was stolen." Aiden woke up from the noise and rubbed his eyes. "Am I? What's happening?" Kairo pulled him close. "Honey, stay away from her. She did something bad." Amira's chest tightened. "No, Aiden, I didn't." He backed away slowly. That hurt more than the shouting. Kairo folded her arms. "Check her bag," she ordered the guard. Amira's blood ran cold. "No. Please. Wait." But the guard was already opening her small bag. He took out her lunch, her charger, her notebook, her purse, nothing else. Amira breathed in relief, until a soft clink hit the floor. A sparkling diamond bracelet rolled out. The guard stared. The staff stared. Kairo gasped loudly, like she just confirmed her own story. Amira froze. She felt like the ground under her feet disappeared. "That's not mine." she whispered. The... Her voice trembling. I swear I didn't touch it. Kiara laughed. A cold, rich person laugh. So, now you lie too? Amira shook her head again and again. No. I don't know how it got there. Aiden's little voice pierced her heart. Why did you take Mama's bracelet? Her chest broke. Her eyes filled. I didn't take anything, baby. I promise. But he hid behind his mother. Kiara raised her chin proudly. You're fired. And I'm calling the police. Amira's world spun. No, ma'am. Please. But Kiara dialed quickly. Within minutes, police sirens stopped outside the house. 2 officers walked in calmly. Where is the suspect? One asked. Kiara pointed at her. There. The thief. The word thief stabbed her like a knife. The officer approached her. Ma'am, please turn around. Amira's tears fell. Please listen. I didn't do anything. Turn around, he repeated. Cold handcuffs locked around her wrists. Her breath broke. Her knees weakened. She looked at Aiden. He was crying, reaching, begging silently. But Kiara pulled him back. She needs to learn her lesson. The officers held her arms and walked her outside. People on the street stared. Phones recorded. Whispers spread like fire. A maid stole diamonds. Shameful. They're always like this. Her ears rang. Her heart hurt. Her whole life collapsed in minutes. The police car door opened. But before they put her inside, someone shouted from across the street. Stop, don't arrest her. Everyone turned. A woman was running toward them. Breathless. Terrified. Shaking. Amira's eyes widened. Because the woman knew something. Something dangerous. Something that could change everything. She stopped right in front of the officers and yelled. The bracelet wasn't stolen. It was planted. And the world froze. The whole street froze when the woman shouted those words. The bracelet wasn't stolen. It was planted. Even the police officer stopped holding Amira's arm. People who were recording lowered their phones a little. For the first time since morning, there was silence. Amira looked at the woman closely. Her breath caught in her throat. It was Rania. She lived across the street. A kind woman who sometimes waved at Amira when she walked to work. They were not close friends, but they had spoken many times. Enough for Amira to know that Rania never lied. But right now, Rania looked scared. Very scared. Like she was risking something big. The officer frowned at her. What do you mean planted? Rania took a deep breath and pointed at the house behind them. I was outside this morning. I saw something. Kiara stepped forward immediately, her voice sharp and angry. What nonsense? Who even are you? I live right here. Rania replied, standing firm. And I saw your sister walking near the staff area with something shiny in her hand. Kiara's face changed. Just for 1 second. A flicker. Fear? Guilt? Shock? Then she forced a laugh. My sister? Are you serious? She is a guest in my home. She doesn't even know the servant spaces. But Rania didn't back down. She was holding a bracelet. And she looked around like she didn't want anyone to see her. The staff murmured. The driver shifted uncomfortably. Even the guard looked confused now. The officer turned to Kiara. Ma'am, do you have a sister staying with you? Kiara's jaw tightened. Yes, she said slowly. But that doesn't... Rania stepped closer. I saw her walk behind the house. I saw her near the window where the maid keeps her things. Amira's heart pounded. Her wrists were still locked in handcuffs. But hope, a small spark, returned to her eyes. Amira didn't do this, Rania said softly. I know what I saw. Kiara snapped. You're lying. You just want attention. Rania shook her head. I don't want anything. I'm only telling the truth. The officer looked between the 2 women, thinking hard. We need to check the security footage now, he said. Kiara's face turned pale. No, there's no need. There is a need. The officer cut her off. This is a serious case. Kiara tried again. The cameras don't cover that area. They're old and... But this time the guard spoke. Ma'am, the cameras were upgraded last month. They cover everything. Kiara's eyes shot at him like knives, but it was too late. Let's go inside, the officer said firmly. Everyone moved toward the gate. Everyone. Except Amira. She stood frozen, still handcuffed, still scared, The second officer gently held her arm. "Come with us. We need you there too." Amira nodded softly. Her legs felt weak, but she walked. Inside the living room, the TV screen lit up as the guard opened the security system. Cameras from every corner showed up. "Show the back area," the officer said. The guard clicked. The screen switched. Everyone leaned forward. At first, the screen showed nothing unusual, just a quiet morning. Then, after a few seconds, a woman came into view. Slim, long hair, dressed in a fancy top with shiny earrings. Kiara's sister Maya. She looked around, left, right, behind her, as if checking if anyone was watching. Everyone held their breath. Then Maya took out something from her pocket. A bracelet. The diamond bracelet. Amira's heart dropped. Her eyes slowly filled. Aiden whispered, "Mama, that's your bracelet." Kiara didn't answer. Her hands trembled slightly. On the screen, Maya crouched near the window outside the staff room. She opened the small space meant for keeping bags and cleaning cloths. She looked around again. Then she placed the bracelet inside, right where Amira kept her belongings. The living room went silent. Everyone saw it. Everyone understood. Rania whispered, almost in relief, "I told you." Amira closed her eyes. A tear rolled down her cheek, not just from pain, but from the relief of knowing the truth was finally visible. The officer nodded slowly. "That is enough proof," he said. Kiara's voice came out small. This must be a misunderstanding. My sister would never." "No," but the guard interrupted gently. "Ma'am, the video doesn't lie." Kiara opened her mouth, but no sound came. For the first time, she looked powerless. The officer turned to Amira. "We need to unlock her handcuffs." He took the key and removed them carefully. Amira rubbed her wrists. The red marks felt like wounds from something she didn't deserve. Aiden rushed forward and hugged her legs tightly. "Amai, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." His small voice broke into tears. Amira knelt and wrapped her arms around him. "It's okay, baby," she whispered. "It's not your fault." But tears streamed down her face too. Too much happened. Too fast. Too painful. The officer cleared his throat. "Where is your sister, ma'am?" Kiara swallowed hard. Her voice cracked. "She left this morning. Went to the salon." The officer sighed. "We need to speak with her." "You will give us her number and address." "Well," Kiara nodded weakly, but the officer wasn't done. Also, accusing someone wrongly is a crime, and planting evidence is a serious offense. He looked at Amira. "If you want to file a complaint, we can take immediate action." Everyone stared at Amira now, waiting, expecting. Amira took a deep breath. Her eyes lifted to Kiara, the woman who insulted her, humiliated her, called her a thief, took away her dignity, and almost destroyed her life. Then Amira looked down at Aiden, the little boy still hugging her, his small hands shaking, his eyes red, his heart scared. Amira gently stroked his hair. This child was innocent, and he would suffer the most if this fight continued. She looked back at the officer, her voice soft, tired, but strong. "I don't want to file a complaint." Everyone gasped. Even the officer looked surprised. "Are you sure?" Amira nodded. "I just want to go home." Aiden hugged her again. "Please don't leave, Amai. Please stay." Amira's heart twisted, but she had made her decision. She stood up slowly. "I can't stay here anymore," she whispered. "This house never trusted me." The words were simple, but they hit the room like thunder. Kiara looked at the floor. She didn't apologize. She didn't say a word. Maybe she couldn't. Amira picked up her small cloth bag from the sofa. It looked so tiny in that expensive house. She turned toward the door. Aiden ran to her side, grabbing her hand. "Please don't go," he cried. "I love you. Don't leave me." Amira knelt again. She wiped his tears. "I love you too. But I can't work here anymore." He shook his head, again and again. "Why? We can be happy again. Please, Amai. Please." Amira's voice broke. "Sometimes love is not enough, Aiden. Sometimes people's hearts are too cold." The room felt heavy. Even the walls seemed to listen. She kissed his forehead gently. "Be a good boy. And never forget. I always cared for you." Then she stood up and walked out of the house. The gate closed behind her. The world outside felt big, cold, uncertain, but at least she was free. She walked down the street slowly, her legs shaking, her heart carrying the weight of the whole morning. She didn't even know where she was going. Her mind was spinning, her eyes blurry with tears. She turned the corner and froze because someone was waiting for her, a person she never expected to see today. A person whose face looked pale, guilty, and terrified. It was Maya, Kaira's sister, standing alone, breathing fast, hands shaking, and before Amira could even speak, Maya whispered, "Please, don't hate me. I didn't do it alone." Amira's heart stopped. Bile rose in her throat. She stepped back in shock. Maya took a small step forward and said in a trembling voice, "It wasn't just me. Someone else told me to do it. Someone from inside the house." The street was quiet except for the distant honking cars. Amira stood frozen, staring at Maya like she was seeing a ghost. Her chest felt tight. Her legs felt weak. Her mind couldn't match the picture in front of her. Maya looked nothing like the girl in the camera. On the screen, she looked proud, polished, confident. But here, she looked broken, her hair messy, her eyes red, her hands shaking like she was carrying a secret too heavy for her body. Amira swallowed hard. Why are you here?" Maya wiped her nose with trembling fingers. "Please just listen. I didn't want to do it. I swear." Amira stepped back, her voice cold with hurt. "You planted a bracelet in my bag. You made me look like a thief. You almost ruined my life." "He was Lugs." Maya's chin dropped. Tears spilled. I know. I'm sorry. But you don't understand. I didn't plan it alone." Amira's heart raced. "What do you mean?" Maya looked around, scared someone might hear. "Can we talk? Somewhere else? Please. Not here." And that, not. Amira didn't trust her, not even a little, but she needed answers. She needed the truth. After a moment, she nodded slowly. "Fine. There's an empty park behind the old shops." "Fine." Maya followed her silently. They walked without speaking. The world around them moved normally. Kids running, a man selling roasted corn, a group of boys playing music on a speaker. But inside Amira, everything felt loud. Too loud. They reached the small park bench under a tree. Leaves rustled gently above them. Amira crossed her arms. "Start talking." Maya sat down, breathing fast. "It wasn't my idea," she whispered. "Someone told me to do it. Someone from inside the house." Amira frowned. "Inside the house? Who?" Maya chewed her lip nervously. "I can't say it yet. I'm scared." Amira's voice sharpened. "You're scared? I was almost taken to jail because of you." Maya flinched. "I know, and I'm sorry. I swear I'm sorry. But if I tell you everything, they'll come after me too." Amira stared at her, confused. "Who will come after you?" Maya hesitated, then whispered, "The person who asked me to ruin you." A cold wave swept through Amira's spine. "Why would someone want to ruin me?" she asked quietly. "What did I ever do?" Maya looked at her like she wanted to say something important but didn't have the courage. "You didn't do anything," Maya whispered. "That's the problem." Amira shook her head. "That makes no sense." Maya finally lifted her eyes, full of guilt. "You remember 3 weeks ago? When I visited the house?" Amira nodded slowly. "You were there for 2 days." Maya inhaled deeply. "Nobody told you this. But during those days, someone in that house had a huge fight about you." Amira stiffened. "About me? Why?" Maya started crying again. "Because someone thinks you're getting too close, too trusted, too important." Amira blinked. "Close to WHO?" Maya looked away. Her silence was louder than words. Amira leaned forward. "Say it. Close to WHO?" After a long moment, Maya whispered one name. "Aiden." Everything inside Amira stopped. "What?" she breathed. Maya's voice shook. "My sister, Kairo. She saw how much Aiden loved you, how he ran to you, how he listened to you, how he felt safe with you." Amira stared at her, stunned. Maya continued. "Kairo doesn't like sharing attention. Not even with her own son. When she saw Aiden growing attached to you, she got angry. Very angry." Amira's lips parted, but no words came out. So Maya kept talking. "She told me, that Maid is trying to replace me. Aiden listens to her more than me. And Ligo. She said she couldn't let that happen. Amira grabbed the bench tightly, her knuckles pale. Maya looked down, and when Aiden told her that day, Amai makes better pancakes than you, she lost it completely. Amira remembered that day. Aiden had been laughing, holding her hand, telling her she made the softest pancakes ever. I'm said. Telling her she made the softest pancakes ever. She thought it was cute. She didn't know it was dangerous. Maya whispered, "She wanted you fired. But not just fired. She wanted you gone forever. So she asked me to help." Amira stared at her in disbelief. "Kiara told you to plant the bracelet?" Maya nodded. "She was scared the staff would defend you. She needed a strong reason to throw you out. She needed everyone to see you as a thief. So she told me to take her bracelet and hide it in your bag." Amira's chest tightened. She couldn't breathe for a moment. "But why you?" she asked softly. "Why would you agree?" Maya covered her face. "I was stupid. And weak. I owe my sister money. She helped me pay off a loan. She told me if I did this one thing for her, she would clear the rest." Amira felt sick. "So you risked my life for money?" Maya nodded, crying harder. "I know. I was wrong. But today, when I saw you being taken away, I saw the fear in your eyes. I couldn't stay silent anymore." Amira looked away, her throat thick with pain. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. Wind blew lightly. Children laughed far away. The world moved on while their world broke. Finally, Amira whispered, "Does Kiara know you're telling me this?" Maya shook her head quickly. "No. If she finds out, she'll destroy me. I only came because I can't sleep after what I did. I can't live with this guilt." Amira wiped her eyes with the back of her hand. Anger, sadness, fear, everything mixed inside her. "Why did you say someone else is involved?" she asked. Maya swallowed hard. Kiara wasn't alone that day. She was talking to someone who agreed with her, someone who also wanted you gone. "Who?" Amira asked. But before Maya could answer, a loud voice behind them said, "I can tell you who." Amira turned sharply. Her heart dropped. Standing a few feet away, hands in pockets, face unreadable, was Mr. Rohan, Kiara's husband. Amira felt her breath leave her body. Maya jumped up in fear. "How long have you been standing there?" Rohan walked closer with slow, heavy steps. "Long enough," he said quietly. Amira felt cold inside, like the ground under her feet turned to ice. Rohan's eyes were steady, but dangerous. Too calm for this situation, he looked straight at Maya. "So, you finally opened your mouth." Maya stepped back. "Rohan, please." But he raised his hand. "Don't waste your energy. You already messed up today." Amira stood up, voice trembling. "You knew? You knew what she did?" Rohan looked at her. His expression didn't change. "Yes." That one word shattered Amira's chest. "Why?" she asked softly, her voice almost breaking. "What did I ever do to you?" Rohan sighed. "You didn't do anything wrong, Amira. That was the problem." Amira shook her head. "What does that even mean?" Rohan's eyes darkened. "Aiden listens to you more than his mother. He follows you. He trusts you. He loves you." Amira felt her stomach twist. "I work with him. I care for him. That's my job. That's my job. Again. I work with him." Rohan nodded. "And you're good at it. Too good. So good that my wife started feeling insecure." Amira stared at him. "So instead of helping your son, you helped your wife destroy me?" Rohan didn't answer. "Which was answer enough," Maya whispered. "He told Kiara to do it. He said it was the easiest way." Amira snapped her head toward Rohan. You? You told her?" Rohan looked tired. "I told her it might fix things. She was crying every night, saying she was losing her son, saying she felt like a stranger in her own home." Amira stepped back. "So you blamed me for her bad parenting?" Rohan clenched his jaw. "This house works on reputation. We can't afford drama. You were becoming too important in a place where you shouldn't be." Amira's hands trembled. Her voice cracked. "You both ruined my life. Just to protect your pride?" Rohan didn't answer. He didn't need to. It was the truth. Suddenly Maya whispered urgently, "Rohan, Don't do anything stupid. We need to leave. Rohan shook his head. I'm not leaving until I fix this. Amira stepped further back. I don't want anything from you. Rohan studied her face. I know, but you need to understand something. His voice dropped lower. Your problems have only begun. Amira felt a sting of fear. What does that mean? Rohan looked behind her. His eyes narrowed. She turned slowly. A black car had stopped near the park entrance. Two men stepped out. Tall, serious, expressionless. Rohan spoke quietly. Kiara thinks you will destroy our family name. She thinks you will expose her. She thinks you will tell the world what really happened. Amira inhaled sharply. I wasn't going to... Rohan interrupted softly. She doesn't believe you. And my wife. She doesn't forgive people. Do. The two men began walking toward them. Maya panicked. Rohan, no, you can't. He looked away, his voice heavy. I'm sorry, Amira. Amira's heart pounded loudly in her ears. What do they want? Rohan didn't answer, but the look in his eyes said everything. Amira understood. This wasn't about the bracelet anymore. This wasn't about a job. This wasn't about a misunderstanding. This was about silence. Permanent silence. The men were getting closer. Too close. Amira grabbed Maya's hand. Maya. Run. And both of them took off. Heart racing, feet pounding the ground, fear rushing through their bodies. Like fire. Behind them, the men shouted, Stop. Amira ran like her life depended on every step. And maybe it did. Her breath burned. Her legs felt heavy. Her heart pounded so loudly that she couldn't hear anything else for a moment. Not the cars, not the birds, not even Maya's desperate gasps beside her. Behind them, the two men sprinted fast. Much faster than Amira expected. Their heavy shoes thudded against the ground, closer and closer. Amira, faster! Maya cried, almost tripping. I'm trying, Amira shouted, pushing her legs harder. They turned into a narrow alley between two old shops. The walls were close, the floor uneven. Trash bags everywhere. Amira grabbed Maya's wrist and pulled her forward. Don't stop. Don't look back. But Maya looked anyway. They're coming! They're almost here! They're almost here! Amira didn't look. She just ran. At the end of the alley, they turned sharply right and entered a busy street filled with people. Vendors, kids, women carrying shopping bags, a man on a motorbike yelling at a taxi. Normal life, but their life was not normal anymore. We have to hide, Amira said, breathing hard. Maya pointed toward a bus that had just stopped. Come on, we can blend in. They squeezed through the crowd and rushed into the bus just as the doors closed. The men reached the bus door, but the bus started moving. Amira's heart raced as she watched them fade into the distance. Maya collapsed into an empty seat. I can't believe this. I can't believe he did that. Amira leaned against the window, trying to catch her breath. She could still feel her pulse shaking through her fingertips. She didn't speak. She didn't trust her voice. After a moment, Maya whispered, You saved me. Amira didn't look at her. You think they would only hurt me? You helped them. You knew the truth. You had to run too. Maya nodded sadly. You're right. Silence filled the bus for a few moments. Amira wiped her face, though she wasn't sure if it was sweat or tears. Where do we go? Maya asked, voice shaking. I don't know, Amira replied honestly, but we can't go home. We can't go near their house. They'll look everywhere. Maya closed her eyes. I never thought they would go this far. Kiara, she's not stable. But Rohan, I thought he had some limits. Tiara, Amira turned her head toward her. He doesn't love you either, Maya. He uses everyone. You're just too close to see it. Thanks for watching. Maya swallowed hard. Tears filled her eyes again. I know. But he's still my brother-in-law. I didn't think. Amira cut her off sharply. You didn't think before you ruined my life either. Maya froze. Her face fell in shame. I'm sorry. She whispered again. I know, sorry is small, but I mean it. Amira didn't reply. Her mind was spinning. Her life was destroyed in one morning. Her job gone. Her dignity gone. Her safety gone. And now? Her freedom was at risk too. She looked out of the bus window. The city rushed past in blurs of color and sunlight, but she felt trapped. They got off at a faraway commercial area, a place full of shops, tall buildings, and people rushing everywhere. No one knew them here. No one cared. Perfect. They walked into a quiet corner behind a bookstore. Maya leaned her back against the wall, covering her face. Amira, what do we do now? Amira looked at her hands. They were still shaking. We need help, she said slowly. Someone who can protect us. Someone who isn't scared of them. Maya nodded. Maybe the police. No, Amira said, cutting her off. Police won't listen. Not to us. Not when that family has money and power. Maya looked around nervously. Then who? Amira thought hard. Her mind raced through every person she knew. The bakery owner, her neighbor, the lady downstairs who borrowed spices sometimes. No one was strong enough. No one was safe enough. But then, Amira thought of one person. A small spark of hope lit in her chest. There is someone, she whispered. Who? Maya asked quickly. Rania. Maya frowned. The woman who came today? Amira nodded. She spoke up for me without fear. She didn't care about Kiara's status. She just cared about the truth. Maya hesitated. Do you think she'll help us? Amira took a deep breath. She risked everything to stop my arrest. I think she'll help. Maya looked scared, but she nodded. Okay, let's go. But Amira shook her head. We can't go to her house. The men might be watching the street. Or waiting. 4. 1. Then how will we find her? We call her. Amira reached into her bag, then froze. Her phone was missing. She checked again. And again. Nothing. Her heart sank. Oh no, Maya whispered. Did you drop it when we ran? Amira closed her eyes. Yes, I think so. Maya quickly took out her own phone. Use mine. Amira typed the number she remembered from the daycare's emergency card. The phone rang. Once, twice, 3 times. Then, hello? Amira exhaled in relief. Rania, it's me. Amira. Oh, thank God. Rania said, her voice full of relief and worry. Where are you? Are you safe? The police left, but Kiara is furious. She's calling people. Rania, listen. Amira said quickly. We're not safe. 2 men chased us. I think they work for Rohan. Please, we need help. Rania was silent for a moment. I knew something worse was coming, she whispered. Where are you? We're behind City Plaza, near the old bookstore. Stay there, Rania said. Don't move. I'm coming. The line cut. Amira returned the phone to Maya. She's coming. Maya nodded, hugging herself. I'm scared, she whispered. Amira sat down on the sidewalk. For the first time, she actually allowed herself to feel it. Fear, exhaustion, hopelessness. What if we don't make it out of this? Maya asked softly. Amira didn't reply, because she didn't know. 20 minutes passed. Every sound made Amira jump. Every passing man made Maya flinch. The fear sat between them like a shadow. Finally, a car stopped in front of them. Rania stepped out quickly. Amira, Maya, get inside, quickly. They rushed into the car. Rania locked the doors immediately. You two look like you ran through a storm, she said. We almost did, Maya whispered. Rania started the engine. Don't worry, I know a safe place. Amira looked at her. Where are we going? My cousin's apartment. He lives alone. No one knows him. No one from that family can reach there. Amira felt a bit of hope rising. They drove through the city for almost 30 minutes. The buildings changed from busy markets to quiet residential lanes. Finally, Rania stopped in front of a small building. Come on, she said. Hurry! They climbed the stairs to a second-floor apartment. Rania unlocked the door and let them inside. It was simple, clean, a small sofa, a mat, a kitchen counter. Nothing fancy, but it felt safe. You can stay here, Rania said. For as long as you need. Amira sat down, exhausted. Thank you. Rania nodded. Tell me everything. Maya explained everything from the fight weeks ago, to Kiara crying, to the plan to frame Amira, to the chase. Rania listened carefully. I knew that family was toxic, she said slowly, but I didn't know they were this dangerous. Amira rubbed her forehead. What do we do now? Rania sighed. There's only one way. You need proof. Strong proof. Something that even their money can't hide. Amira frowned. Proof of what? Rania leaned closer. Proof that they planned everything. Proof that they wanted to destroy you. Proof that Maya didn't act alone. Maya looked terrified. But how do we get that? Rania bit her lip. Only one person knows the full truth. Amira whispered. Who? Rania answered softly. Rohan. Amira felt her stomach twist. No, she said immediately. He's dangerous. He sent men after us. I know, Rania said. But if we find something he said, something he wrote, something he hid, we can use it. Maya shook her head. You don't understand. Rohan is careful. He deletes everything. He doesn't leave proof. Rania thought for a moment. There must be something. Amira stared at the floor. Then slowly, an idea came to her. There is something, she whispered. Rania looked up quickly. What? Amira remembered something from weeks ago. Something small. Something she never paid attention to. Kiara always shouted on the phone, she said softly. And once, she screamed at Rohan about messages and deleting chats. She said, You should have thought before writing those things to me. Rania's eyes widened. So there were messages. Maya gasped. Oh God. You're right. I heard her say something like that too. To who was rhyme? 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 Rania leaned forward. If those messages exist, we need them. Maya bit her nails anxiously. But how do we get them? Kiara is careful. And Rohan even more. Kiara. Amira's voice was soft but growing stronger. There's only one person who knows where those messages are. Rania whispered. Who? Amira looked up. Kiara. Maya looked terrified. You can't go near her. She hates you. She'll kill you. Amira stood up slowly. No. I won't go to her. Rania and Maya stared at her, confused. Amira continued. She will come to me. Maya shook her head. That makes no sense. Why would she come to you? Amira looked out the small window, her voice calm, steady. Sure, because I know something she doesn't know yet. Rania asked softly. What do you know? Amira turned toward them, her eyes sharp, her heart steady. Kiara thinks I'm weak. She thinks I'm scared. She thinks I ran away to hide. A small, cold smile touched her lips. But she doesn't know I found out the truth. Rania nodded slowly. So, you want to use the truth to pull her out? Amira nodded. Yes. She blamed me to protect her pride. She tried to destroy me to feel strong. She chased me because she's scared. 2. Maya whispered. And if she finds out you know everything, she'll come after you harder. Amira nodded again. Exactly. Rania's eyes widened. Oh my God, you're not talking about running. You're talking about trapping her. Amira took a deep, steady breath. For the first time. Yes. Maya stared at her in shock. So what's the plan? Amira didn't blink. I will message Kiara from a new number. I will tell her. I know everything. If you want to save yourself, meet me. I have. Maya gasped. She'll freak out. Rania asked softly. And when she comes, what then? Amira turned to them, her voice cold and steady. Then she'll give me the proof herself, even if she doesn't realize she's doing it. Before Rania could reply, before Maya could breathe, a sudden loud knock hit the apartment door. 3 hard bangs. All 3 women froze. Rania whispered, No one knows this place. Who is that? Another loud knock. Then a deep voice, Open the door. We need to talk to Amira. Amira's blood ran cold. She recognized that voice. It wasn't Rohan. It was someone worse. Someone she never wanted to face again. And he was standing right behind that thin wooden door. The 3 women stared at the apartment door like it was a wolf's mouth. The knocking was louder now. Hard, sharp, dangerous. Open the door. We just need to talk to Amira. That voice froze Amira's blood. It wasn't Rohan. It wasn't the men chasing them earlier. It wasn't anyone she expected. It was the guard from the house, the one who always stood by the gate, the one who checked her bag that morning, the one who saw the bracelet fall out. His name was Zaman, and he never came anywhere without orders. Maya whispered. He must be working with Rohan. He found us. Rania shook her head lightly. No. If Rohan sent him, he wouldn't be knocking politely. He'd break the door. Another knock. Calmer this time. Please open the door. I'm alone. I came to warn you. Warn? Amira swallowed hard. It could be a trap, or it could be their only chance. The silent tension inside the apartment was so heavy that even breathing felt loud. Maya whispered. Don't open it. Please don't. Amira took a slow breath. Her fear was shaking inside her chest, but her voice came out steady. Stay behind me. She walked toward the door slowly. Her hands trembled a little, but she forced herself to stay calm. She leaned close to the door. Say why you're here, she said softly. Zaman answered immediately. You're in danger. I know where the men went. I know what Rohan wants. And I know something else. Something worse. Ha! Amira blinked. Worse? Rania whispered from behind her. Ask him to show his hands under the door gap. Amira did exactly that. Show your hands. I need to see them. For a moment, there was silence. Then slowly, 2 hands slid under the narrow door gap. Empty. No weapons. No gloves. Just his fingers shaking a little. Amira nodded at Rania. I'll open it. Just a little. She unlocked the door halfway. Zaman stepped back immediately, showing he wasn't here to force his way in. His eyes were tired. His face was sweating. He looked scared. Can I come inside? He asked quietly. Amira hesitated. Then she opened the door enough for him to slip in. Once he entered, Rania locked the door again. Zaman looked around the room, shoulders tense. Thank God I found you before they did. Amira took a step forward. Tell me everything. Why are you here? Zaman nodded. I came because I can't watch innocent people suffer anymore. I've worked for that family for 10 years. I've seen things that still keep me awake at night. But what happened to you today? That crossed all lines. Amira crossed her arms. Are the men still looking for us? Yes, he said. And they won't stop until they bring you to Rohan. Maya gasped, covering her mouth. Amira's voice was firm. Why? Why does he need me? Zaman hesitated. Then he said the one sentence that made the whole room go silent. Because Rohan wants to delete the proof before you can find it. Amira's heartbeat jumped. You mean the messages? Zaman nodded. Yes, he has them. All of them. And Kairo has copies too. But Rohan thinks she doesn't know about his side conversations. Maya frowned. What conversations? Zaman looked down. The ones between Rohan and someone else. What do you mean someone else? Amira asked. Stepping closer, Zaman swallowed. Someone who also wanted you gone. Amira's chest tightened. Who is it? Tell me. Zaman hesitated again. It's someone you trusted. Someone who knows you well. Someone who worked close to you. Maya whispered. Who? The driver? The cook? Zaman shook his head slowly. No. He looked directly into Amira's eyes. It was the nanny before you. Amira froze. What? Zaman nodded heavily. Yes. The old nanny. Fatima. Amira's head spun. Fatima was the one who worked before her. A quiet older woman who left, suddenly. Kairo told everyone she wanted to stay with her family again. Amira whispered. What does she have to do with this? Zaman took a deep breath. Kairo fired her. Without warning. She didn't even pay her last month's salary. Fatima begged for her money. But Kairo refused. So Fatima tried to talk to Rohan, and he told her the same thing he told you. He paused. That she was becoming too close to Aiden. Amira's stomach twisted. Zaman continued slowly. Fatima threatened to expose the family's secrets. So Rohan and Kairo did the same thing to her that they tried to do to you. Amira stepped back. They framed her? Zaman nodded. A missing watch this time. They called her a thief. Fired her. Threw her out. She never worked again. Amira whispered. Where is she now? Zaman's eyes lowered. She left the city. Maybe the country. No one knows. No one knows. Maya felt sick. They almost destroyed another woman. Zaman looked at Amira. And now they want to destroy you. Because you became important to Aiden. Just like Fatima did. Amira felt like she couldn't breathe. Her voice cracked. What proof do you have? Zaman reached into his pocket slowly. I took something before leaving the house today. Something Rohan didn't know I saw. He pulled out a small USB drive. Amira stared at it. What's inside? Zaman whispered. Recordings of Rohan and Kairo arguing about framing you. Recordings of them planning everything. Recordings of them discussing Fatima. Recordings of how they used Maya. Thank you for watching and in the Klil. Maya gasped softly, covering her mouth. And, Zaman added, a few screenshots from Rohan's phone that he forgot to delete. Amira felt cold. Why do you have this? She asked. Because I was scared, Zaman said. But I'm more scared of what they'll do if you don't fight back. There was silence. A long, heavy silence. Amira finally whispered, What do we do now? Rania stepped forward. You take this proof to the police. Not the local station, but the main branch. The anti-corruption unit. They won't take bribes. They won't ignore this. Maya nodded. Yes. With this much proof, they can't touch you. Zaman added. But you need to leave immediately. The men are still searching. They think you're in another neighborhood. But they'll soon think of this area too. Amira held the USB tight. Then we must leave now. They all moved fast. Rania grabbed her car keys. Maya grabbed her phone and a water bottle. Zaman pulled up a hood and warned, We have 10 minutes at most. They rushed down the stairs. Amira's heart pounded with every step. They reached the car. But the moment Rania unlocked it, a loud shout came from behind. Stop. Amira turned. Her blood froze. The two men who chased them earlier were running toward them. Rania yelled, Get in the car. Everyone jumped in. Rania hit the accelerator before the doors even closed. The tires screeched. The car shot forward. But the men got into another car immediately. They're following us, Maya cried. Amira turned back. The black car was getting closer. Rania pressed the pedal harder. They sped through traffic. Horn sounds filled the air. Cars swerved away. Amira gripped the seat. We have to lose them. I'm trying. Rania shouted, turning sharply. The men's car followed the turn easily. Zaman cursed under his breath. They won't stop. Rania took another turn narrower this time. They slid between two vans, almost hitting the side mirror. Amira closed her eyes for a moment, praying silently. But the men were still behind them. Closer. Too close. They're catching up, Maya yelled. Rania pressed harder. We need a crowded area, she said. They can't follow too close there. Amira scanned the road. Go left. The Central Market. It's packed. Rania spun the wheel left. The car entered the Central Market street, full of people, bikes, small stalls, and noise. Rania slowed just enough to avoid hitting anyone. The black car followed, but slower. They can't speed here, Rania said. Good. Suddenly, a child ran across the road. Rania slammed the brakes. The tires screamed. The car skidded. Everyone jerked forward. The men's car was forced to stop too. People started shouting at them. Amira pointed forward. There, police checkpoint. Rania sped toward it. The police waved for cars to slow. Rania stopped in front of them. The officer walked toward the window. Why so fast? What's happening? Rania leaned closer. We need help. Right now. Before the officer could answer, the black car appeared behind them. But the police stopped them instantly. Step out, one officer shouted. The men hesitated. Now. They stepped out slowly. The police separated them. Rania whispered to Amira. This is your chance. Show the proof. These not for Mando. Stats Mof. Amira stepped out of the car with the USB in her hand. Officer, she said, her voice steady. I have evidence of a serious crime. A false accusation. A planned attack. And an attempt to harm me. The officer frowned. What evidence? Amira held up the USB. This. He took it. Come with us to the station. Amira nodded. No problem. Maya, Rania, and Zaman followed behind her. The men who chased them tried to protest. We didn't do anything. We were just... But the police shut them down. Save it for the report. Inside the police station, everything felt heavy and important. Amira handed over the entire story. She told them about the bracelet, the chase, the danger, the messages, the recordings. The officers listened silently. One officer opened the USB and played the first audio file. Kiara's voice filled the room. I want her gone. I don't care how. Just make it look real. Then, Rohan's voice. I'll handle it. No one will believe a maid. The officers exchanged serious looks. Another file played. Maya's voice crying. You said it's just one thing. You said she won't be hurt. Then Rohan again. She'll leave quietly. Good for everyone. The officer who listened stood up. This is enough to arrest them. Amira exhaled a breath she didn't know she was holding. Maya wiped her tears. Rania whispered, It's over now. But Amira shook her head. No. It's starting. Within hours, a police team left to arrest Kiara and Rohan. Amira sat quietly in the waiting area, her heart pounding, her hands clasped. She didn't feel joy yet. Not relief. Not victory. Just tired. Deep, painful tiredness. Later, the officer came out. It's done, he said. They're in custody. Amira closed her eyes. For the first time since morning, she breathed. Her world had fallen apart, but she built it back with truth. Rania hugged her. I'm proud of you, Maya cried softly. I'm sorry for everything. Zaman bowed his head. Thank you for letting justice happen. Amira smiled weakly. Thank you, all of you. When she stepped out of the station, the sun was setting. Orange light filled the sky. A gentle wind brushed her face. She felt free, really free. Her life wasn't perfect now, but it was hers again. She walked down the street slowly, a soft smile forming. But then, her phone buzzed. She borrowed Maya's phone earlier and used it again now. One new message. From an unknown number. It said, You exposed them, but the real story isn't over yet. Call me. I know something about Aiden. Amira froze. Her heart dropped. Aiden? She read it again. If you love him, you need to hear the truth. Her hands shook. Her breath broke. The number sent one last message. Your life was only the beginning. His life is the real secret. Amira stared at the screen, stunned. Who was this? What secret? Why Aiden? Her chest tightened. She whispered, Oh God. What now? If this story pulled you in, hit subscribe and stay with us for the next chapter.